Audio Jungle.
Westham nil, Chelsea 3, and bro, buzzing as a Chelsea fan. Of course, you loving life at the minute. It was such a good performance from the boys. Pressing from the onset, we were onto them from the word go. And yeah, man, I just love the whole performance. But there's just plenty of takeaways from that game. And so if you're new here, make sure to stick till the end of the video. If you do like the concept, if you do like the idea, make sure to follow us and subscribe for more content like this. So yeah, guys, I think there's only one place to start, and that's giving Maresca his flowers. Watching this game today, Chelsea seemed like a well-coached team, a well-drilled team to be very honest, and you could just tell from the patterns of play, the way we were, like Jackson and Palmer were pressing from the front. You could just see this is something, rehearsed. This is something they've practiced from, Cobham, and it was so nice to watch this team. And I'm just gonna say this as someone who wanted Poch to stay in. I've actually been humbled because Maresca is just as good a coach as the likes of Pep, Tuchel, and yeah, man, he's actually the only coach since Pep Guardiola 2016 to win the first 3 away games. We've actually won our 3 away games this season, and that's just, I don't know, it just sets the tone for the whole season, you get. So buzzing, man, buzzing. And yeah, man, we have to talk about Jackson. And let me just say this, man. This guy is actually him. We, of course, were looking for a new striker. They just ended window. But again, man, Jackson was the coach early placed Fethiake in Jackson, and he's actually repaid it. We saw Nkunku coming, he scored against Bournemouth last game. He scored the only goal in that game. And everyone was crying out for, Nkunku to start. But again, the coach had his faith in Jackson, and Jackson proved him right, Maze. He just repaid him because, bro, he scored 2 goals today. Could have easily been a hat-trick if he had stayed. I'm actually gutted a little lower. I'm gutted he was subbed off because I feel like if he had played that game a full 90 minutes, he'd have obviously gotten a hat-trick. It was that kind of a game, a really easy game, to be very honest. West Ham really didn't really give us much to work with. We just, and the thing is, they just weren't up for it. You could just tell from the 4th minute when Jackson scored the goal, it was so easy. And then minutes later, in around the 18th minute, Jackson again. What a pass from Caicedo. We'll get to Caicedo, but yeah, man. So for me, easily, Jackson, of course, the man of the match. Could have easily been Caicedo because Caicedo, what a player this guy is. He's actually, I'm gonna say this. I'm watching Caicedo now, and he's reminding me of SCN. He's just as good as okay. I'm not gonna say he's as good as SCN because we are yet to see. It's only 5 games in the season, but again, man, this guy is just as good as the SCNs, the likes. Just he's good. Today he had a really good performance. I feel why it not for Jackson scoring the brace, Caicedo would have been the man of the match. He's that good, Maze. And just moving on to bro, Ice Cold Palmer. What a performance! I think he's obviously, I'm gonna say he's the best player in this Chelsea squad, and I'm not disrespectful. I'm not even being disrespectful to the likes of João Felix and the Nkunkus, the Maduekes. I just feel, for me, watching Palmer in this team, just, I don't know, there's just something about him, And yeah, man, he always has to have a say in our games, and today he did. Just like the other games, he scored a lovely, but what a finish that was, man. And not an assist from Jackson. The two of them, the two of them, this game, they were so good. They got like, when 11 up, you could just, the combinations they have, Jackson and Palmer, the combinations are actually so good to see. And man, as a fan, and the thing is, when you were watching the likes of Barcelona, like such teams, and I'm not trying to say we are as good as the likes of Barcelona and Messi, but I'm just, the patterns of play, when you could see how Suarez and Messi would link up, how Neymar and Suarez would link up. That's just, we're just seeing it here, and it's still early days for, the season is just in the early stages, but you can just see Palmer and Palmer and Jackson combining, and you just kind of reminisce on the likes of Suarez and Messi, and bro, as in what a performance from this team. I feel, if I'm actually being honest, everyone had a good game, and I mean everyone besides Madueke, and him being entrusted to play the full 90 minutes does tell us something, as Chelsea fans, as football fans. It just tells us Maresca really likes Madueke, because to be honest, I honestly thought when Nkunku was coming off, we'd have rather let Madueke go and chill kwa bench. But again, the coach, I'm not gonna disagree with anything this coach does, because bro, he's just good, man. Ali entrust Madueke to play the whole 90 minutes, and of course, man, Madueke, it wasn't his best game, not even close to being that. But again, when you're struggling, you also want Nikatu. When you watch Manu and Rashford, when you're struggling, you also want the confidence in like, just feel the confidence of the coach. And I feel, for me, that's what Maresca is actually doing to Madueke, because I don't know, he had an awful game, just to say the least. But again, man, come on, we got the win, passing on to the next game, and then, man, so just to give just maybe shout outs to the players, Colwill and Tosun, bro. That link up, that centre back partnership, for me, is the way to go right now. We've seen how Colwill has evolved as a player, coming from the youth ranks, and last season being played as a left back for the pretty much like the whole season, was being played there by Poch. And I know, man, there wasn't options as left backs. We had problems over there, Kina Chilwell, Cucurella, but again, Colwill this season as a centre back, he's just him. And for me, I feel like, Tosin, especially with Tosin, he brings experience into this team. And I know you could even argue, like, coming from Fulham, experience Gani Sam. But again, man, I don't know, just something about him. He's so good on the ball, him and Colwill. And I know Fofana is actually good. But again, man, especially in a game like today where we didn't have Malogusto and Rhys James, Fofana fully filling in there as our right back per se, until Disasi came on. Yeah, man, as in, like, the tweaks from the coaches, from this whole coaching staff is actually working. When they brought in Disasi, I was actually, bro, for a moment, I was actually tensing, because I never put my faith in Disasi and Badiashile. But then Disasi came on, and he was actually good. For the minutes he played, he was actually good. And yeah, man, we could, and then like the substitutions. Actually, one thing you notice now, Maresca, he's not afraid to make these early substitutions. We saw him today. Ali Toa, Sancho came off, Palmer came off, Jackson came off, and the players who are coming in are just the Neto, sorry, yeah, Neto came on, Felix came on, Nkunku, and to be honest, man, this is just, I feel all those three players could easily start for like big Premier League clubs, and for me, the squad depth for us is gonna be insane. And as the title of this video can see, so what are the three things that you learned from this big performance? Number one, Jackson is actually coming good at Chelsea. He's just scored, like 4 goals in 5 games is a decent return. And for me, I feel like last season he actually had 17 goals. I think they all games. But I feel, for me, this season he could easily get us, like, even close to 20 goals this Premier League season. And I know, man, I'm saying this, Nana Joe Jackson is someone who, he actually does miss a lot. But again, the season is showing the consistency. He's at least showing you something, this season. And for me, that's something to build on. And yes, man, I'm sticking to that. That he could finish with couple more goals, like 17, 20. As that's Jackson for us, Maze, and hope that comes to fruition. And so, lesson number 2 for me is, we actually are a good team. We are a decent team, and with a very good manager. And for me, I feel like that the blend, we actually so youthful. The team today played ilikuwa in average 20, 28 year, 23 years of age. Sorry, 23 years of age. and that's a very young squad in the Premier League, the youngest squad I'd actually say in the Premier League. But again, you have a coach he's worked with young players before at Man City, and you can just see today like he's so good at just playing with these players, And my last takeaway from this is lesson number 3 for me is if we can manage injuries this season, bro, will actually cause problems in this league. I feel for me, if we can manage to stay injury free, come and just, like Arsenal last season didn't have injuries, but this season you can see Odegaard is already out. Like such players, but if you can manage to have full fit squad, the rest James will come back, Malo Gusto or Rudy, it could just be scary for the whole Premier League. And yeah, man, guys, so those were my 3 takeaways from this brilliant win, huge win, like a derby one. And yeah, man, we've hammered the hammers. So guys, that is it. If you did like the video concept, make sure to like and subscribe, follow for more, and also go check out all our socials, our Instagram pages, our TikTok pages, and manze. If you're actually from Kenya and you actually like Chelsea Football Club, this is actually the page for you guys. So cheers, man. Thank you for watching, and let's meet in another video. Over and out.